You have it, but do you really have it? You got it, but then again, do you really? What's up, family? What's happening? It's Thursday. It's time to get a little shopper. What's happening? Welcome to the Anti-Negativity Network. We're back here again another Thursday to make it do what it do. What's going on? You see who's with me?
What's happening?
We got to work on her being on cue a little bit. Long day at work. Yeah, we're going to blame it on work. Long day at work. But I hope you're good. We hope you're good. Hopefully all is going well. And if it's not, just keep pressing forward. Just, joy comes in the morning. Okay? And that joy, that morning literally could be another hour from now. Okay? Just keep moving, keep pressing forward. Just keep believing that better than right now is coming. All right? So keep pushing. But we're here to do what we do. We're still on the same series of power. We're coming down to the end. I think we're coming down to the end, but got something I want to talk about tonight. Yeah, let's talk about it. But before we get into it, let's do what we always do. Ready? Here we go on the count of three. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, so we've been on this conversation about power. And of course, I'm going to tell you what our base scripture is, Deuteronomy 8:18, where it says where God has given us the power to create wealth. So that's our base scripture. And then our other scripture is 2 Timothy 1:7, where it says God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. So that's what we've been basing all of this on. Just the power that God has given us to create wealth. And when we talk about wealth, we're talking about not just money. That's one. And we talked about the money piece. And that is definitely one area that he has given you power to create. So you can create wealth. You can create financial blessings for you and your family and generations and your kids, like we're called to do in Scripture. Scripture calls us to leave an inheritance for our kids, right? So that's for 2 generations at least. We should be blessing our families, right? So he's given us the power to do that. We got to tap into it to get it done. He's always given us the power to be able to create relationships. Okay? We could be wealthy with relationships. He's also given us the power for health reasons. Okay? He's given us the power, not only talking about physical health, he's given us the power for that, but he's always also given us power spiritually and mentally. He's given us power to overcome a lot of things and to be strong and wealthy in all areas of our life. But we just got to tap into his power. He's already given it to us, so just use it. But the one I want to talk about today, we talked about wealth, we talked about health, we talked about relationship. This one right here, I think, I want to say more important, but in a sense it is more important, because I really think without this, those other 3 can't even really happen. And that's time. That's the 4th area you want to talk about. How does God give us power to be wealthy with time? Great question. And we're going to talk about that, because time is one of the, I came up with something while I was, and I ran it by Deb last night to make sure I won't sound it too crazy. But I came up with this. Y'all give me my one moment here of creating a, what you call it? No, you call it a parable. She called it a parable. I call it a metaphor. That's my word for the day. But I said this. I want you to just think about this, though. When it comes to time, we go through life assuming we're going to have the time to use at the right time to accomplish what we want to achieve at some point in time. Let me say that one more time.
Got it.
We go through life assuming we're going to have the time to use at the right time to accomplish what we want to achieve at some point in time. Come on, man.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
You know, that pretty much describes the life of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jesus was only here for 33 years.
Mm-hmm.
So at the right time, at 30, he started his ministry, and then he knew it was the right time for him to, you know, give his life up. And what was the other thing you said? The right time, the set amount of time. So he didn't really have a long time here on this earth, and time to accomplish what he needed to accomplish. You know, he needed to accomplish, you know, redeeming man back to God and the resurrection. And so, you know, he's a good example of the parable or metaphor that Ron just used, you know, his life. And, you know, our life is the same way. There's a set time. There's only a specified amount of time. There's a right time.
Yeah. Here's the thing about time. We are responsible for something that we don't have complete control of. We are responsible for something we do not have complete control of. Time is, I would venture to say that time is probably the most important commodity we can ever have. Because think about it like this. I know everybody wants to say money. A lot of folk will say, you say, what's the most important commodity? A lot of folk will say money. I'm going to push back on that a little bit. Money is important. We know that. We talked about relationship, that being important. We talked about our health being important. But if we had to decide, if I gave you a certain amount of money, whatever you call your number, whatever number you want, I say I give it to you. But in 30 days, you're going to die. How many going to take that money? How many of y'all going to take that, whatever that dollar amount is, how many of y'all going to take that money? But if you knew how much time you had, what would you do with it? But I still want to say time is more important. It's a stronger commodity because I can have all the money in the world, but if I ain't got no time to spend it, what good is it to have? And when I think about time as well, especially when we look at those other areas that we've been talking about over the last month, when we talk about our finances, it takes time to build that up. We have a lot of folk that get rich quick, but it usually don't last for a lot of them. But outside of that, I'm not telling you go play lottery. But usually when it comes to our finances and trying to build, you know, and we think about wealth, we talk about abundance. So if we're trying to have an abundance of finances or abundance of money, it takes time to do that. If we want to have an abundance in our health, that don't just happen overnight. You can go to the gym today. That don't mean you're going to drop 30 pounds and be buff just because you went to the gym today. It's going to take consistent, repetitive action to begin to see results. And then you got to continue that to get to the results that you're looking for. Relationship. I met her at a food cart at MCV Hospital. Did we get married that day? 26 years later, we still here. We still learning. Still getting understanding. Are we the same we were when we met day one? Nowhere near. But it took time to get to this 26 years. Did we know we was going to make it to this 26 years? Nope. We was hoping, but we didn't know. But it takes time. And one of those things with time is that we just don't know how much we're going to have. So why are we wasting it? It's one thing I want to talk about today is time management. But before we go to time management, you know I got to give you a scripture. And the scripture I give you today, you go to, and speaking of parables, Matthew 25. And you talk about the parable of the talents. They had three guys that were given a certain amount of talents. Okay? And what they did, one was given one was given 2, another one was given 5. Okay? And the one that had 5 took his and doubled it. The one that had 2 took his and doubled it. The one that has 1 lived in fear, didn't do anything with it, hid it, and came back and bought that 1. Did nothing with it. So basically, you could say what they did, the 2 that did something with it, they took the time to invest and go make more. The one with 1 did absolutely nothing, wasted time. And so what was told to them? The one that had 5, he was blessed. And he told him, look, well done. You're well done. You did a great thing. So entering into the joy. Come on, I got you. You're going to get more. You're going to be ruled over more. I'm going to give you more because you was faithful over the little bit. The little bit I gave you, instead of you just squandering it and not trying to make something happen, not doing something with it, because you decided to do something with it and you doubled it, you increased it, I'm going to give you more. The same thing was told to the one that had the 2 talents. But the one that had 1 talent that did nothing, his was taken from him and given to the ones that already was given more, which was the one with the 5 talents. So time right there would tell you, that scripture tells us that we are given opportunities. And what are we doing with it? A lot of our anxiety, a lot of our, what's the word I'm looking for? The negative vibes that we have going through us, not being at peace, the lack of joy, is simply because we're not doing. We talk about it, we think about it, we dream about it, but we're not doing nothing. We gotta do, we gotta move, we got to take action, and the time is right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not I'll think about it. Inaction, no action. Is there a such word, inaction? No. That was what I was feeling. Basically saying, you're not doing nothing. Not doing nothing is dangerous. It's dangerous. Trying to stay the same, stay status quo. That means you're not growing either. That's dangerous as well. I really want to drive this point home about time, because I think this, out of the 4 areas that we have talked about, the time is the most important one. Because with time, you can create wealth. With time, you can create relationships. With time, you can make your health better. You can do things to make your health better. But without time, what can you get done? Again, this is something we have no control. We don't have complete control over, but we're responsible for it. Come on, babe.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no? Oh, I thought you had something. I'm sorry. So I'm telling you, time. Right, this has been on me. And let's go back to this time management. Because every last one of us had the same amount of time. 24 hours in a day, right? How are you using that time? What are you doing? Like, you really need to start digging into what it is you're doing every day. You got dreams and goals that you want to accomplish because it's burning on the inside of you. You can't even stop thinking about it. You might flush it, put it aside, sit it on the back burner, as we like to say, try to act like it's not there, but it's there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about because you think about it every day. But maybe the noise from the people, maybe the noise from the fear that you was not given. You was not given the spirit of fear. What is it that's keeping you from not using the time that you have, the time that you've been given? I'm asking these questions, and I'm saying it like this because I really want you to think about what's going on with you. Not nobody else. What's going on with you? How are you spending your time? Are you watching TV? Looking at stuff on TV that's really not helping you grow? When was the last time you read a book? I ain't even gonna mess with you about the Bible. When was the last time you just read a book that'll help you grow? When was the last time you sat down and talked with somebody and got some wise counsel? Not talking about some gossip, not talking about somebody, not talking about what somebody wore or what was on TV or the game. Or when was the last time you had a conversation about something that's going to help you grow? Time is a hot commodity, and it's something that we don't even know how much we have. So we do not need to be wasting any more time on foolishness. So with that, I'm going to leave you with this scripture, unless my wife got something.
I don't.
I'm going to leave you with this scripture because I think I done drove the point home enough for today. I really need you to pay attention to your time. You really need to be paying attention. Like, you really need to be writing things down daily on what you need to accomplish. It is fulfilling knowing that I had a list of things done and I'm able to check them off. That means I got some things accomplished today. I'm not hating on anybody watching TV or anything like that. But if you're spending more time doing that and there's no personal development, there's no personal growth going on, you might want to pay attention to what's going on with that. You got dreams and goals, you got aspirations, you got desires that you really want to do, you really want to go after. But instead of you cutting the TV off and doing some investigative work on what you need to do to get to it, or start taking those steps to get to it, you want to lose weight, you want to get your health better, you want to improve your relationships with people, you want to increase your finances, but you're doing nothing to get to that because we're wasting time. So with that being said, Ephesians 5:15 through 17. I'm going to close you out with this right here. Let me get to it. I had it. There we go. Therefore, see that you walk carefully. I told y'all about this scripture a few months ago. It was a little while ago. I can't remember when. But we're going right back to it. Therefore, see that you walk carefully, living life with honor, purpose, and courage, shunning those who tolerate and enable evil, not as the unwise, but as wise, sensible, intelligent, discerning people, making the very most of your time on earth, recognizing and taking advantage of each opportunity and using it with wisdom and diligence, because the days are filled with evil. Go back and read Ephesians 5:15 through 17. It's telling us right there, we cannot be wasting no more time. Stop wasting what you don't know you have. It's time to move forward. It's time to go get it done. With that being said, we out. Anything?
No.
We out of here. Love you. Absolutely, we love you. Just want to see you be the best that you can be. Want to see you grow. We have an opportunity. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. There's nothing in the Bible to tell us things are going to be easy. But it's worth it. So let's get moving. Let's get moving right now to what God has for us. We want to find out what his will is for us. Seek him first. Pray, plan, prepare, proceed. Go make it do what it do. We see you next week at 6:30. Love you.
Love you. See you later.